Okay, this video is for Lesson 1-3, Part 2, Writing and Solving Inequalities. It's a short lesson from the lesson book, but I'll introduce the idea for you. It starts with kind of this scenario, the do-it-yourself project. What happens to a lot of homeowners or people who are trying to fix something? They try to decide, am I going to hire somebody to do this, or do I do it myself? And so in a case you find out someone's going to charge you $300 to hire someone to complete this job. And so you have to consider how much would you be willing to spend if you're able to do the job yourself. And so if I was thinking about it, kind of the real world, as if someone's going to cost me $300 to pay somebody, I'm probably going to do it. Maybe if it cost me $200, I might do it myself, save $100, maybe $250 for sure, right? In this case, anything less than probably $300, again, I would do it myself. If it costs $275, I may do it myself for sure. If it was $100, I would do it myself. So which phrase in this scenario makes more sense? I would do the job myself if it costs less. If it costs less than $300. If it's greater than to do it by myself, then I'm going to let them do it, of course, right? And so this idea of less than and greater than comes into these symbols that many students just memorize and they forget what means what. And so that's all this lesson is, kind of reviewing some of those situations. You're going to do the discussion post on the next problem there, problem number 1. But I'll go over some of the terminology on that next page after that, so you can try to do the discussion post. So keep in mind now that, again, you're turning in the discussion post, the page up above. But in this case here, list the words and phrases that are represented by the inequality symbol. So all of these, there's all these words here that I want to make sure that you have these correct here. And so looking at these list of words right here is what we're examining, what goes where. And so looking at less than, right, that symbol, what words for sure. Well, let's start with at least. At least is a word that sounds like less than, but it's not. At least is a word that's going to go with, at least is what I call a floor. So at least is going to be greater than or equal to. So the at least is a word that goes here for greater than or equal to. At most means the most, and so that would be at most. We're going to go to lunch. You're going to cost you at most $10. So that's less than or equal to $10. We're going to lunch. It's going to cost you at least $10. That is greater than or equal to. More than is, that one matches up here. That one is a more than. You want to make sure that's matched up. No more than $10. We're going to go to lunch. It's going to be no more than $10. And so that would go here. No more than 10. So we're going to lunch. How much is going to cost you? No more than 10, which means it's going to be $10 or below. A maximum of 10. This would go here. A max of, how much is going to cost me? A max of 10. That means 10 or less. A minimum of 10 is going to be right here. A min of, how much is going to cost me? A minimum of $10. So it's going to be 10 or more. Fewer than, that's going to give me right here. Fewer than would be less than. Exceeds, how much is it going to cost? It's going to exceed $10, so that would be right here. So again, it becomes language here, just picking these off, and then does not exceed $10, so that means it would be here. So just keep that in mind. This language is represented by the meaning of greater than or less than in terms of that.